What if I told you that one profession appears more often in serial killer cases than almost any other? A job trusted by society. A job that gives access to people. A job that can hide dangerous behavior behind a normal appearance. Today, we're looking at the profession most commonly linked to serial killers, and why that doesn't mean everyone in that profession is dangerous. When people think about serial killers, they often imagine someone living on the edge of society. A loner, an outsider, someone who stands out, but the reality is often very different. Many serial killers lived what appeared to be normal lives. They had jobs, families, friends. Some were even respected members of their communities. And that's what makes the topic of professions so interesting. Researchers who have studied serial killers noticed that certain jobs appear repeatedly in criminal cases, not because the jobs create killers, but because some jobs provide opportunities that can be exploited by dangerous individuals. So which profession appears most often? The answer may surprise you. According to several studies and analyses of known serial killer cases, one of the most common professions among serial killers has been truck driving. At first glance, it seems like an ordinary job. Millions of honest people work as truck drivers around the world. But when criminologists looked at serial killer histories, they found that truck driving appeared again and again. Why? There are several reasons. First, truck drivers travel long distances. They move between cities, states, and sometimes countries. This constant movement can make it harder to connect crimes committed in different locations. Imagine a crime occurring in one city. Then another similar crime appears hundreds of miles away. Without modern databases and communication systems, investigators might never realize the cases were connected. Second, truck drivers often spend long periods alone. Isolation doesn't cause criminal behavior, but for someone who already has violent tendencies, it can reduce social monitoring and accountability. Third, the profession provides mobility. A person can enter an area, leave quickly, and may never be seen there again. This mobility has been a factor in several famous serial killer investigations. However, it's important to understand something. Truck drivers are not more likely to become serial killers than the average person. The vast majority are hardworking, law-abiding individuals. The profession simply appears frequently in serial killer histories because it offers certain opportunities that offenders can misuse. But truck driving isn't the only profession that shows up repeatedly. Another common category is jobs involving authority. Some serial killers have worked as security guards, police officers, military personnel, or other positions that provide power and trust. Why? Because authority can lower people's suspicions. Most people naturally trust someone wearing a uniform. That trust can unfortunately be abused by a small number of dangerous individuals. Healthcare professions have also appeared in some serial killer cases. Doctors, nurses, caregivers. Again, this does not mean these professions are dangerous. In fact, they are among the most important jobs in society. But some offenders have used their access to vulnerable people to commit crimes. These cases are often called angel of death cases by investigators. One reason they can remain hidden for long periods is that deaths may initially appear natural. Then there are professions that provide easy access to potential victims. Sales workers, delivery workers, handymen, service technicians. These jobs often involve meeting strangers regularly. For a predator, that can create opportunities. But here's the key point. A profession does not create a serial killer. Personality, psychology, life experiences, criminal motivations, and individual choices are far more important factors. Most serial killers choose jobs that fit their needs, not the other way around. Think about it this way. A serial killer often wants access, mobility, privacy, or trust. They may naturally be drawn toward careers that provide those things. The job is a tool, not the cause. Modern technology has also changed the situation dramatically. Today, surveillance cameras are everywhere. License plate readers track vehicle movements. DNA databases connect crimes that once would have seemed unrelated. Digital records leave trails. Cell phones reveal locations. As a result, many opportunities that offenders once relied on have become much harder to exploit. Criminologists now believe that serial killers are often caught faster than in previous decades because of these advances. In other words, the profession matters far less than it once did. What matters most is the ability of investigators to connect patterns and identify offenders. And they're getting better at it every year. So, what profession appears most often in serial killer cases? Research frequently points to truck driving as one of the most common occupations. Not because the job creates killers, but because mobility, travel, and anonymity can be attractive to offenders seeking opportunities. The real lesson is this: serial killers rarely look like monsters. Many blend into everyday life. They often hold ordinary jobs and appear completely normal. And that's exactly why understanding criminal psychology is so important. Because sometimes, the most dangerous people are the ones nobody suspects. If you enjoy exploring the psychology of crime, criminal behavior, and true crime mysteries, subscribe to the channel and let me know in the comments. Which serial killer psychology topic should we cover next?